Mindset, a daily dose of practical wit and wisdom with a professional educator and trainer, Amazon best-selling author, United States Marine, television and radio host, Paul G. Markle. Each episode will focus on positive and productive ways to strengthen your mindset and help you improve your relationships, career goals, and overall well-being. Please welcome your host, Paul G. Markle.
Hello, welcome back to Morning Mindset, and thank you for taking the time to be with me, even if it's only for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or maybe 15 minutes, but this won't be 15 minutes. Today's topic is respect other people's time. And you'll notice that the title of today's episode is not Don't Waste Time, it's Respect Other People's Time, because what? That is phrased in a positive way. One of the things we want to do with our lives is we want to eliminate, when we're giving someone instructions, we want to give them something to do, not something not to do. Wow, I know I blew your mind there. But so let's talk about respecting other people's time. Now, as I grow and I have aged, I found, I did a little bit of self-examination, that I am very jealous with my time. I guard my personal time very jealously now. And I don't know whether it is a product of experience or a natural byproduct of aging, or the fact that I, am more aware of my own mortality than I was when I was, in my 20s or teens or what have you. Or maybe it's just a compilation of all of the above. But I guard my time very jealously. And I don't think it's a great idea, or I don't jump right into meetings and phone calls unless I've already convinced that it will be a good use of my time. And you're like, wow, you're really crotchety, Paul. No, I'm not crotchety. I just guard my time very jealously. And let me tell you a little bit of a story, okay? I joined the United States Marine Corps when I was 20 years old, and I spent a lot of time in the military as an active duty person. Then I was in the reserve, and then I was a military contractor. And the military as a overall profession, I guess you could say, or overall institution, is famous for meetings and formations and so forth, having meetings for the sake of meetings. Every day in the military, you would have formation, and that's essentially a meeting. You have a meeting, and you get there. And more often than not, you stand there and you listen to someone tell you things that you already know. But we're having a meeting. And then when I was a military contractor, I worked for a company that contracted with the United States military to do small arms and tactics instruction. And we would have meetings. We would schedule meetings for the instructors. Why? Because we had to have a meeting. What do we need to have a meeting about? Well, because we have to have a meeting. We have meetings to schedule meetings. If you are in the corporate world, I feel very certain that you have been sitting in a chair at some point in time and felt the only reason that you were having a meeting was because your supervisor, your boss, whatever, had on their calendar the word meeting. They had that written on the calendar. Well, what are we going to meet about? I don't know, but we have to have the meeting. The meeting for the sake of the meeting. That is wasting people's time. How about phone calls? Have you ever gotten a phone call from someone and they proceeded to tell you what you already knew? They gave you information during the phone call that was information that you already had. And you didn't need the phone call to tell you that because you already had that information. Or what's worse is someone will get you on the phone and they will complain to you about something that you have no ability to change or affect. You don't have the ability to change that. And you're like, but maybe, Paul, they're blowing off steam. Yes, there is the relief valve. There is the blow off steam valve. And I get that. But there's a difference between you and someone else having a mutual relationship where you're each other's relief valve and someone wasting your time. Okay? Do not waste other people's time or respect other people's time. If you need to have a meeting, great. People need to have meetings. They need to make sure that everyone's on the same sheet of music. This is part of being a leader. When you're a leader, one of the ways that you make sure that everyone understands the mission is to have a formation or a meeting. Now, as the leader, it's your responsibility to pre-plan the meeting topics in your head or write them down or what have you, so that you make the most of it's not just your time, of everyone else's time. Meetings are fine as long as you deliver the information, get questions and feedback, clarify, and move on with your life. Those are the best meetings of all, right? An easy way to respect people's time, and I do this, and it's 2018 as I speak the words into this microphone, so there's no reason that you can't text someone and say, do you have time to talk? ? Or just time to talk? ? And that person will respond with sure, or no problem, or yes. Or they may respond with busy now, give me an hour, or call me in 30, or talk to you tomorrow. That is respecting other people's time. And I truly appreciate that. If I get a text from someone that says, time to talk, ? I'll either say, yep, call me, let's talk right now. Or if I'm in the middle of doing something, I'll say, hey, give me an hour, give me 30. And you say, well, of course, Paul, I already do that. Yes, you may already do that because I know my audience is a cut above, but not everybody does. Not everybody does. So when it comes to meetings or phone calls or what have you, before you decide to take up someone's time or use someone's time, respect other people's time. And if you respect other people's time, then they will respect yours, and you will be on your way to having a positive and productive day, week, month, what have you. So there you go. Short, sweet, down and dirty. See, I didn't waste too much of your time today, did I? No, sir. Respect other people's time, and they will respect yours. I'm your host, Paul Markle, and I'll talk to you again real soon.
Thank you for spending time with us today. To get show notes, submit a topic request, and for more from your host, Paul G. Markle, visit morningmindsetpodcast.com. That's morningmindsetpodcast.com. Please leave a review for this podcast on your favorite podcast player. We appreciate your time and effort, and we look forward to reading your honest feedback.